Listen to this thing. This is some dude on MSNBC complaining about all the GameStop buyers.
Maybe you're learning here. Maybe it's fun, fine. Maybe it's a movement. But be prepared to lose 80 to 90% of it. And if it's still worth it, then have at it. But the biggest loss of capital here will be the human capital of young men who are sitting and staring at their phone and watching the price of Bitcoin or the price of AMC. And ask yourself, would you be better off taking that 1, 2, or 3 hours a day and working out, trying to form relationships with mentors, with romantic relationships, with people at work, getting great at something so you can be the person on the other side of the trade? The greatest loss in capital here is from young men who are more prone to gambling addiction, who don't understand the markets. I think we are setting ourselves up similar to how there's a ton of young women out there who became very depressed by sitting in their rooms looking at Instagram. Self-cutting and self-harm skyrocket. I think you are going to see an explosion in young male depression, and I think a lot of it is going to be reverse engineered to apps that convince you you're part of a movement or physically addict you to your phone. Ask yourself, would your time staring at Robinhood be better spent somewhere else? That is the real capital destruction that is taking place here.
I kind of agree with them, to be honest. I kind of agree with like 90% of what he said, but these guys didn't give a shit about anybody for the last 10 years. Suicide's gone up, opioids. It's not funny, but I'm just saying the funny part is they didn't care for 10 years and they lose a bunch of money in a hedge fund. And all of a sudden they're like Mother Teresa freaking. They're like, do you really want to do this? You're just sitting on your Robinhood account all day. You're going to start cutting yourself. It's like, bro, we've had social media problems for a decade and you've said nothing. Nothing. Until people went at hedge funds. What about in 2020 when the government shut everybody's business down? 100,000 restaurants got wiped out. Millions of businesses got screwed. Millions of people lost their job. Millions of people lost billions of dollars, trillions of dollars in the stock market because there was pretty much an engineered implosion of it. Did he have this then? Hey, people aren't able to exercise because, they shut down the gyms. I mean, I'm still getting too jacked for the gulag, but it's kind of harder. I mean, I make it easier. I don't make excuses, but you shut down my gym. This guy didn't give a crap about that. GameStop and AMC go up and he probably, hedge funds lose billions of dollars. And all of a sudden this guy's like Tony Robbins or freaking Gary Vee. He's like, do you really want to do this? Do you really want to sit on your phone and Robinhood and just waste your life away? You can't. He put everything under the sun. This could have been a motivational, TED Talk or something on a paid course, like a Ty Lopez paid course. He's like, he went through everything. He's like, you're missing out on women. Women are cutting themselves on Instagram. I mean, guys aren't growing up. They're getting addicted to social media. It's like he went through every talking point of the last 10 years in 2 minutes. What a funny guy. And these people, they don't care until they lose money. It's so funny. And then they're like, it's the extreme right wing. Okay, way to red pill millions of liberals because millions of liberals aren't right wing. Millions of liberals think Orange Man bad. Millions of liberals don't think about any of this stuff. And you're calling them all sorts of crazy names. You're like, who the heroes are? The short sellers. Oh, yeah. Wow. Thank you so much for short selling a stock. I don't know what I'd do in society if there weren't a bunch of billionaire hedge fund guys who just bet against the stock and just tanked it and made a fortune off it. I don't know what we do in this country. I mean, this country would be a worse place without the short sell. It's like, give me a break. But that guy's getting ratioed. I think that has on Twitter 4.6 million views. Everybody's laughing at it. And the sad part is I actually kind of agree with him. I agree with like almost everything he said. It's just hilarious timing that he only cares when you're on Robinhood. Oh, man. People created their own hedge fund. That's what it is. Their own, digital democratic hedge fund where people are just having a blast, making a fortune. Some people lose money. That happens. You make some, you lose some. That's always been the stock market. That's always been how it is. It's not like a guaranteed make money. You could lose money. I don't know if you invested in January and they imploded the economy in March. How much money did people lose then? I'm not sure that this guy cared until then. How funny is that? That's classic, man. These people freaking out. You got Jimmy Kimmel. I'll play the Jimmy Kimmel one. It's pretty funny. He's like, he's calling them Russians. Here, I got the Jimmy Kimmel one too. And so one of the biggest left-wing accounts, Shu or something, she's a big YouTuber. She tweeted it. Like everybody, this is great. This is uniting the left and the right. Everybody realizes these people suck.
GameStop, if you don't know, it's a video game store. And like a lot of businesses, they've been struggling because of COVID, but also because most people buy games online now. And yet, despite a sharp decline in sales, over the past 6 months, their stock price has grown by 8,000% because a bunch of amateur investors, maybe even some Russian disruptors who are part of a Reddit community called Wall Street Bets, decided to buy a bunch of GameStop stock.
What did you say? Russian disruptors?
Maybe even some Russian disruptors who...
Maybe even some Russian disruptors. That's how you red pill millions of Democrats who have nothing to do with Russia, who believed in the Mueller report because you told them Donald Trump, Orange Man Bad, is going to be out of office. That's how you make them realize that that whole narrative was nonsense, which I knew, and even lefties like Jimmy Dore knew since 2016. We knew you were lying then. We know you're lying now. Now millions more people know you're lying because people who thought that that was a real narrative are now being called Russian. Way to go. I mean, they really failed pretty hard these last couple of weeks. It's good. You have the left and the right populism. Nobody has their guy in office, so everybody's critical, and they don't have Trump as a scapegoat anymore. They're like, where is he? Is he golfing? When's he going to come out? I hope he stays away for a month. And they just cry because they have nothing to talk about. And then he comes out and talks more shit than ever.
I'm way too jacked for the gulag. I ain't getting caught like it was a game of school tag. AOC, you wanna put me onto the food stamps, but I don't want government to make the move. Yeah, I can't decide if I want a blind or a brunette. Pandemic flow like it's coming out of Wuhan. I just praise Christ. Stay away, you humans. But if you want beef, I'm serving up the Hunan. Hey, I'm way too fast for the gulag. I don't trust y'all like I don't trust the moon, man. Is he talking MTV or La Luna? The more they show, it's looking like a true man. Get what I'm saying? Everything is zoomed in. Left, right, trapped. They set it up like a crewman. I be too good at rapping not to do this. Got 600 million views without the music. Hey, the First Amendment, that's for my mouth. The Second Amendment, that's for my house. I get why you wanna take both, but I ain't going out with